Whenever you're watching this, know that I appreciate you. It is Thursday, September 20th, 2018. It is a muggy morning. Oh gosh, it is supposedly, according to the car, 78 degrees. Oh. Didn't have a turn signal on, so they didn't know what I was doing. Not good. But it's supposed to get up into the 90s today. And the humidity is already pretty high. So it's really rather muggy right now. Yesterday, the heat was a little suffocating because it was muggy. It was humid yesterday. There's a lot of moisture in the air. And no, I'm not a weatherman. But, yeah. I didn't do much yesterday after work. Oh, I take that back. I recorded 2 videos. I did record 2 videos. And the unfortunate thing is, after the second video was recorded, I noticed that the software that I was using, because I did it on my laptop and not my phone like I'm doing right now. I do most of my videos on my phone. In my car, just because it's easier, and I usually have the most quiet time and privacy doing that. So for those who wonder, why does she do this? Why is this dark? Why is she recording in the dark car? It's because this is where I have the majority of the time and peace. Because there's usually someone in my home, so I'm not able to do it in peace and quiet. But yesterday, the child was not there, the husband was not there, so I was able to do 2 videos yesterday. One video is from my other channel, and it's what a difference a year makes. And the other video was about, a situation that I observed yesterday. And the person asking me for my honest opinion and then not being able to take it when I gave it to them. And putting self-satisfaction above those of the children. So when I post it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to gather up the energy to, this traffic sucks. Gather up the energy to edit some more videos, because I've got to get some more posted. And by the time you see this, it will have already happened. But I've not had a lot of energy lately. And I don't know why. I mean, I was so tired yesterday after attempting to get on the computer and get some work done. I was so tired that I actually got into bed about 8:30. I think about 8:30 I got into bed. And zonked out shortly thereafter. So, yeah, I've been really tired lately, and I really don't know why. I wish I did. I do know that I haven't been taking my vitamins lately, and I did forget to get them again this morning. I don't think I have any in my purse. So I don't know if it's the fact that I don't have my vitamins, I haven't been taking them, or I don't know what it is. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know what the issue is, but there's definitely an issue, and I gotta figure it out. So I see the therapist this evening after work. So I'll share that with you all, I guess, tomorrow. And next week I have to go see the gynecologist, the lady doctor. So I'll let you know maybe what happens with that. And got to get into the dentist, so that's the next appointment that I'll be trying to make. The husband and I both have to get into the dentist. I've already been to the eye doctor. He needs to get to the eye doctor. But I've already been, got new specs and everything. So, yeah. So yesterday was a little, just a little boring. I don't have anything. It's a little boring. I went to bed so early. I didn't check emails. I didn't do any of that because I wanted to get those 2 videos recorded before I didn't have the peace and quiet anymore. And the husband was home, I think, by 6:15, or should. So I sat at the computer, but I didn't do anything because it decided it didn't want to do anything anymore. And I finally got up to go lay down because I was just tired. Made him something to eat real quick. Excuse me, made him something to eat real quick and lay down. I did watch a couple of YouTube videos. And then I was out. I had a very vivid dream this morning, though. I need to write it down because it was vivid. I think I wrote the last one down that was vivid. I remember telling you all about it, but I don't remember if I wrote it down. So I'm going to have to do that too because I still remember it. But the dream this morning was about my supervisor's daughter-in-law, her son and her daughter-in-law just bought a house. I think I mentioned that before. They just bought a house and they moved in the week before last. And this past weekend, my supervisor was going to their old house to do a yard sale because the daughter-in-law, they didn't take everything with them. And the daughter-in-law had a lot of purses and shoes, and the kids had specifically the girls had a lot of clothing items. So when it was all said and done, they had the garage sale. They sold what they could, and then they donated the rest. Well, the dream last night was really weird. It was as if the daughter-in-law had pulled a closet unit out into a store, an actual retail store, but these were items that she was giving away. So it was one of those 3, 6, 9, 12 or 15 unit cube pieces, shelving pieces. And you are covered. What have you been trying to get out of? Good gracious, just covered in mud. I'm sorry, I'm distracted because I'm paying attention to the traffic. We're down to 1 lane and people aren't paying attention. So now they're trying to get over. But anyway, so she's got these units and it's like 15 units, 15 cubes in the closet unit, and she's got it pulled out into a retail store, and on every shelf is, you know, is a stack of clothing items, or something, and then on top of it is just a bunch of bags, a bunch of purses. And I notice it standing there, so I walk immediately over to it because I know these are the free items, these are the items that she's giving away. So I start going through it, and then other people notice what I'm doing, so other people start coming over, and then I get distracted and start messing with someone's hair, which is not something I do. I don't typically put my hands through other people's hair, even though I may compliment them on their hair, their cut, their style, whatever it is. I don't typically put my hands in other people's hair because I don't want people putting their hands in mine when I have hair. But anyway, so I get distracted by this woman's cut and the color of her hair, and I thought it was really pretty. And then I realized, oh, I didn't go through the bags up top. So I reach up top to get the bags down and go through them, and someone else is reaching up top a guy is reaching up top to go through the bags. And we're both up there grabbing bags, and he wants to do the tug of war, and then he realizes it doesn't make sense to do a tug of war. So he lets all the bags go, and I get them all. And he's like, I was just thinking about getting some for, you know, stocking stuffers. And I immediately pick out 2 bags that I don't like because I'm not a logo kind of person. So I handed him the 2 bags that I didn't like, that most people do. Most people like logo bags. I'm just not that kind of person. So there's certain bags, certain brands that I won't really even consider purchasing because I just don't like the logo all over the place. So a lot of the name brands that people go really crazy over, I don't, because I just don't like that. As a matter of fact, I prefer I don't even know what they call it now. Classic. I'm sorry. I do know. Classic Coach. I prefer the Classic Coach leather bags with the smooth leather. It's what I grew up on, and it's always been a preference for me, even when I couldn't afford to buy the Coach bag. The bags that I did purchase were very close to it. I have a backpack right now that I like to wear because it's very, very similar to a Classic Coach backpack. And I bought it, I forget how much I paid for because I was either 19 or 20 when I bought it. I was probably 20. And I say that because, yeah, I had to have been 20 because it was before. Did I have one kid? No, it might have been 19. 19 or 20. Because either I had one kid or I had no children, one or the other. I don't remember what I paid for it. They told me it was a Coach bag, but because I grew up with Coach, I knew what, you know, the markings of a true Coach bag were, authentic Coach bag was. And it wasn't an authentic Coach, but it was still very nice, very close to it, and I still have it to this day. It's worn very well. So it was a very good quality bag, but it just wasn't Coach. But anyway, so I gave him the 2 bags that I didn't like immediately. And before I could finish going through the bags, I began to wake up. But it didn't last long because I went back to sleep. And this time when I went back to sleep, I was in the same store, but now I'm looking around because there's some jewelry pieces. And they're on the other side of this huge cube closet unit. And I'm going through them. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then I noticed there are tags all over them. So I'm like, okay, these aren't the pieces that she's giving away. These are the pieces at the store is selling. Because when I say she's in a retail store, I mean you could clearly see what store it was on the tags. So I said, okay, these aren't the pieces. But then I gathered the things that I had. I had them all on a shopping cart. I didn't get a bag or anything. I gathered everything that I had and put it over my arms and everything. And I prepared to walk out the door, and I noticed that there's some bags sitting at the door. they're just sitting there. They don't belong to anybody. They're just sitting there. And these are bags of things that people left behind. They had been to the little closet unit, the little shelving unit, picked over what they wanted, and they sat there and picked over what they gathered, and then decided they didn't want some of those things. So I was going through that bag and putting my items in that bag, those bags, because there are like 5 of them. Putting my items in those bags, and then sorting through what was already in the bags. And it was just weird. And after that, I did wake up, and there were people sitting there watching me do this. But it was just really weird, and I don't know what that dream meant. I wish that I did. So just as with the first dream that I had that was very vivid and kind of strange, this one was too. And I've got to pray about and I'm blurry, I'm sorry, I don't know why. I have no idea why. Okay, there we go. But just as I have to do for the first one, I have to do it for this one. But I pray to find out what that means. I mean, because I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. But it is 6:58. I am now parked. And it's time for me to find my way into this work establishment. So, I don't have a word of wisdom today. I don't have a word of wisdom today. So I will just end it. Peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.